afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Beyond the Bell. It is Thursday, April 11th, 2024. It is 60 seconds after the bell, which means it is time to go beyond the charts, beyond the news, beyond the bell. And we are, as always, brought to you by our good friends over at the Blue Sky Trading Company for the clearest path to a live brokerage account. Live trading with Mike every day in the Discord in this outstanding show. You have no reason to get your content, get your accounts, get your brokerage accounts anywhere else. And as I will be reminding you again today, for those of you that missed yesterday's show, we are in the midst of the April flash sale at the Blue Sky Trading Company. So $99 for any premium eval, $25K, $50K, $100K. We're going to take a look at one of those accounts, or actually we're going to take a look at all of those accounts momentarily. Just a second here, guys. But in the meantime, we are going to talk about the big picture. So, pretty bullish day today, hey guys? So let's take a look at just today. Actually, I want to start with the 5 minute, all right? So we have, hold on, let me get my open marked, as I like to do. So PPI, inflation, all sorts of different things. Strong push up. Okay, actually looked interestingly enough in the first, the one trade I made actually was a short trade as we were moving down here. And then I got caught up with a lot of other different things, which I'll tell you about. Well, I won't tell you about them today, but in the coming days and weeks, a couple extra projects, educational projects that I'm working on. But very interesting day in terms of came back down. I actually thought, if we broke below the -1 standard deviation, I thought we were going to go take out this entire candle here, right? Because when you have a big candle like this, and you'll see this again on the 4 hour momentarily, and, you know, the halfway point is where the candle really needs to hold, right? Huge candles. I don't care if they're on the 5 minute, 15 minute, hour, 4 hour, daily, weekly, year, whatever. A very large candle. Typically afterwards, you will see some profit taking, right? Because if you're somebody who got long at the bottom of this candle, or maybe you were, you know, an institution that had a longer position as we pushed up, typically what you're going to see at the open is some profit taking, right? But as we move below VWAP, as we move towards the -1 standard deviation off of VWAP, and as we actually broke through the halfway point of this candle, I was ready for a test of the bottom of this candle. But then the bulls took over. They pushed us higher. Then they pushed us even higher. Then they pushed us even higher. I actually thought this was going to be, this is the long equivalent or short equivalent of trying to catch a falling knife, but I was actually looking for a potential short through here. Didn't take anything because we didn't see enough to make me want to take the trade. But nice multi-wick rejection here, then an engulfing candle. I thought we were at least going to go test. I was looking for either a short to go test the +1 standard deviation or a long as we came into the +1 standard deviation. Instead, we broke to new recent highs, not all-time highs, but recent highs, and pushed through there. By the way, hello to everybody, and thanks for all the bells in the chat. Good to see you, Drawdown. Good to see you, Mike, Enrique, Yenny, Makar, Hope. Always great to see all my regulars and all the people that just come on a day-to-day basis. And if you're somebody who's here every day and you don't participate in the chat, that's okay, but at least say hello sometime and let me know you're here, because for those that show up pretty often, I don't know, you may be, you show up, you participate, maybe there's a t-shirt or something coming your way at some point. But yes, gold is at an all-time high. Hello, Reginaldo. Nice to see you. Nice to see you as well. Hope. Paul, thank you for the bells. I appreciate that. All right, so let's move over to the 4 hour in the NQ here. I'm going to take a look at the NQ, then we're going to move over to the ES. Okay. So, you love gold. All right, go, brother. Good to see you as always. So, we had this big candle move down last Thursday, right? Then a period of consolidation. This is what I talk about, guys. So we have this huge candle, and testing the midpoint of the candle is the first step, of course, to negating this candle, to breaking this candle's hold on the market. And you see, we had a lot of trouble with that, right? This area at 18,300, coincidentally, non-coincidentally, happened to be about the same point as this midpoint of this candle, right? Because obviously we were up here about 500 on the candle, about a little below 100 on the low. So here's our midpoint. And then we broke down. False breakdown, and sure enough, we push right back up, not only to the top of this candle, but we actually got a little bit above it. So what does that mean going forward? All right. So I was in a pretty bullish state all day, especially after the first half hour. However, I I remain neutral to slightly bullish right now. Well, why is that, Matt? This was a huge day. You can see 1.6% up in the NQ. How can you not be wildly bullish right now? Because we're coming into a very big area of resistance. Okay, let's go all the way back to early March. Okay, obviously this here was contract jump, so we're not necessarily as tied to these highs, especially because we retraced there. So we had trouble here. We did push up through, but then previous resistance acted not quite as to the tick support, but we were sure. We talked about how we were pinned to this 500 level before we were pinned to this 300 level. And once we broke down here, we made another attempt. So this isn't a triple top, guys, because there was this price action in here. Triple tops need to basically happen without, here's a triple top, right? If we, do one of these or come through here, it's not technically speaking, it's not a triple top anymore. But we are coming into an area of resistance, okay? And as you can see, a little bit of a pullback as the markets closed earlier today. So if we push strongly up over 500, if we get up over 550, so basically about this line here, I will be fully bullish up until about 700 for about 150 points and see if we can, because I think if we get over this line, I think we're testing the all-time highs, which are up here just above, those are the all-time highs. Excuse me, yeah. So all-time highs up here just above 700, probably a test actually of 800 at that point. But if we break down from this 18,500 level, I think we go test this area back down at 300. And that's okay. A 200-point range is okay, right? If we just kind of do this for a little while, maybe poke up a little bit, poke down a little bit, I think there can be some really, really good trading in that, right? Let's go look at the ES. End of the day, green. Nice to, the SPI. How'd everyone do today? Give me a green or red in the chat. ES, again, ES also coming into this key area of about 52.50. In fact, that area was a little bit rejected into the afternoon, right? Now, again, the ES is the futures contract for the S&P 500, NQ, of course, for the NASDAQ. Green, good. Okay, hey, Mike, green is green, right? Okay, so we are giving away baseball hats today, huh? Okay. All right, surprise giveaway, guys. Apparently this was decided sometime in the last 5 minutes since this show went on the air. But we will be, and you know what? Since you've already got the link and everything posted, I'm going to give away 2 course packs as well. So we're going to have 5 spins of the wheel here in just about 15 minutes. We will give away 3 blue sky ball caps, and I'll give away 2 course packs. So no teddy bears this time, Paul. I'm sorry to disappoint you. You can buy a teddy bear at any time. In fact, Raj, if you do me a favor, drop the link just to buy stuff in there if people want. You can just order a T-shirt, a hat, or anything like that. Order one or get one sent to you during a giveaway. Post it on social media. Tag me, tag Blue Sky. We'll repost you and we'll shout you out, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, no, sorry, not today, Bao. No, we did an eval giveaway yesterday. So today is again 3 ball caps, 2 course packs. So yeah. I love how we just dumped this in the middle of the show, but that's okay. So the link, guys, as you can see, is posted right here, giving away 3 baseball hats and 2 course packs. It's the Gleam IO link. You guys are all familiar with that by now. So giveaway Thursday lives on. All right, guys. So I want to talk about the lesson of the day today. We're going to do something just a little bit different. Okay. So Blue Sky obviously has a big sale going on, flash sale, one of the best sales they've had in quite some time, right? So hold on, let me get this off the screen. There we go. Actually, let's get rid of that as well. So I want to just talk for a minute specifically about the 100K, all right? Because if they're all the same, I mean, don't get me wrong. If the 25 or 50K is what you prefer, I highly encourage you to do so. But if these are all the same, and just speaking from the perspective of value, this is 290 straight up, right? And you're getting it for basically almost $200 off. So it's about 60-some% off of the regular price for this. So just for the purposes of this demo, we're not going to be talking about this. We're going to be talking about the Premium Plus. I guess the Premium Plus Max Pro is coming later, since we're apparently using Apple naming here. But anyway, so first thing to draw your attention to is no funded setup fees. Now, it's, of course, that's standard across here, right? But, Michael, they have not put an end date on the sale. So I would be, I can't state definitively it'll go through the weekend, but I believe it will. So somebody in Blue Sky can feel free to yell at me in the Discord if I'm incorrect on that. But I do think it is going to at least go through the. I mean, we've got to at least do it through tomorrow, right? Friday's payday for a lot of people, so I would imagine they will at least keep the sale through Friday and most likely through the weekend as well. We will, since we didn't announce a end date on it, most likely we will give you like a 24-hour heads up before it shuts down. So just watch, stay, and that's why, guys, you always. Blue Sky does not, and I can tell you this from experience because I'm on every email. I have a dummy email account. I'm on every email list in the world. Blue Sky does not, and that's one reason I like these guys. They don't abuse the email privileges, right? What do you get, like 2 or 3 emails from them a week, just to let you know about sales and stuff like that? It's not just, there are companies that email 3 to 4 times per day, and of course you can't always find something. As a guy who does email marketing, like I only send an email out to my subscribers when I have something to announce or something to say, or just some general tips here or there. I probably send out 40 to 50 emails a year. That's about what I do. Maybe 3 to 4 per month, depending on stuff. So 250Ks versus 100K. So Bao, let me just answer that question first. So Bao's question is, do you think 250Ks is better than 100K since you can maximize profit? It all depends on, again, where you are in your trading journey. If you struggle to pass combines, what makes you think you're going to pass, 2? Focus on one. I actually had this conversation with a client earlier today, somebody who was going through, okay, do I trade this? Do I trade, what account? And I said, really just focus on one. Guys, do one combine at a time. I know you can have, I think, a couple of funded accounts. If you get to that point, then you can work on another one, right? But I really want you, because again, if you do 5 evals, you're with one of those companies that allows you 47,000 evaluations because they don't want you to pass because they don't want to pay you out of pocket. And sure, you can get lucky. If you give a poor trader 25 accounts that they're trading all at once, they're going to pass a few just based on luck, right? Now, getting to a stage where you can withdraw money is a whole separate argument. But to really, tell yourself and tell, quite frankly, Blue Sky, you can trade. Figuring out, doing one at a time, I think is really, honestly, guys, if I were starting over tomorrow, I've said this before on this show, I would get an eval, most likely the Static Plus, if I have the money for that in my account, or one of these great premium accounts here on the $99 sale, I would get it to fund it. Okay, then the brokerage phase, right? So down here, earning phase. Then I would go start another one. And I would get that to a brokerage phase as well. And then one of them I would trade to withdraw some money off of, money to live off of, make a living. And the other, I'd see how high I can get it and withdraw maybe end of year, end of 2 years, whatever the case may be. But anyway, I want to get back to this, the talking specifically about this account, okay? Do have a 30% consistency, all right? So $6,000 versus $2,500 trailing drawdown. And I know people say, well, it's only a $500 increase off the 50K. For me, I get that. And so it does, by definition, make this account harder to pass than the 50K. At the same time, though, again, this is assuming you're a competent trader. If you're not a competent trader, none of this matters, right? But once you get to the point where you're a competent trader, you want leverage, right? Now, I'm not saying you rush into heavy position sizes or anything like that, but you do want to get into a situation. Oh, drawdown. There's a name from the past. He's probably on the run somewhere. The original travel blogger turned into trading guru. Oh boy, do I have some. I've got stories about that guy. I really, really do. But anyway. So, and again, you do get a little more, leeway when you make it into the blue live stage. But again, this is your goal. Making it down here to the earning phase and building up from there. And again, same minimum balance, right, as the 50K. So where this may be at a disadvantage for you in the 100K versus the 50K, this is a huge advantage, right? Because you have the same minimum balance as a static balance, right, of 1,000. So, and if you start in there with, assuming you don't make a withdrawal coming through, you've got $2,500 to play around with, right, which is the biggest of any of these. So you have the ability then, and again, I know I know this says 14 minis, guys. I'll be honest, if you're trading any more than 3, that's too many. You guys always want to talk about, I wish the rules were like this. Well, what would you make the rules, Matt? I would max this out at 2. And I may not be anybody's friend. How am I going to make $6,000 on 2 minis? By trading well, by trading consistently, right? So again, that's what I would do with this. Just my not so humble opinion as far as that goes. So guys, I want to go ahead and open up our mailbag now. And any questions that you guys have, we will be doing the giveaway. Well, you have 5 more minutes to sign up for the giveaway, and then we will do the giveaway. Max position, yeah, XPX Booney, that's two mini. Again, I just went up to 3 minis, and I've been doing this for several years, guys. So I don't know what more anybody needs to hear with that. Now, am I going to start accelerating maybe a little more rapidly as long as I stay consistent? Yes, but if your first day trading futures is tomorrow, okay, I think you should be at a minimum of a year before you're doing any more than a single mini. And I know, obviously, the eval situation's a little different. I get all that, right? But I'm just talking in general. Let's say tomorrow you got an account of $25,000, your own personal money, and you're going to start trading futures. I wouldn't touch more than 2 to 3 micros for the first 3 or 4 months. Then gradually build up 5 to 8, 6 months in, and then at a year you can talk about doing either a mini or more likely 10 micros. Again, position size is just something, guys. I've met many good and competent traders, okay, that could be consistently profitable in combines and in, obviously eventually brokerage funding, earning funding, etc. But they're just too big. And their sizing just blows them out. So they may sit there and, not just the sizing, but inability to manage losses. I've worked with traders. Guys, if you can keep a 1.5 to 1 reward to risk, right? So let's say in the ES, you're risking 10 points to make 15, okay? And if you can do that and win 50% of the time, just 50%. You don't even need 50% to hit break even. But if you can do 50%, 1 out of every 2 trades, 2 out of every 4, 4 out of every 8, 5 out of every 10, and you can keep that risk reward consistency, consistently, you're going to build up your account. You're going to pass your evals. You're going to get to blue life. You're going to pass blue life. You're going to get to brokerage. You're going to be able to make consistent withdrawals. Okay, winning percentage and risk reward are like this. They're hand in hand. You can't talk about one without the other. Okay, anytime you see somebody bragging on social media about a winning percentage, the first question I'm going to ask, I don't engage with those idiots, but the first question I'm going to ask is, that's great. What's your risk reward profile? Or if somebody says, well, I got a 3 to 1 risk reward trade, that's great. What's your winning percentage? So for me, keeping my risk reward, I usually prefer a little more 1.8 to 1. 2 to 1 is a lot, but it's just a 1.5 to 1, 1.8 to 1. So we're talking risking 20 handles in the NQ to make 30. And I do that, and historically I have a winning percentage, slightly under 60, 57, 58%. Those two things have caused me to have a successful trading career and to be able to withdraw money and pay cash for things, which is really, really nice. Just made a pretty large purchase a couple days ago, which I'll tell you guys about in a few weeks. But it's one of those things, guys. You just got to be consistent with it. You got to control your losses, et cetera, et cetera. So any questions, guys? I want to go ahead and take questions in the chat as long as here. I'm giving you the 2-minute warning, guys. 2-minute warning to sign up. Again, we are giving away 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's see my hand there. Blue Sky ball caps, and I am giving away 2 course packs. It's a day trader course pack. It includes 2 strategy courses, the 25 rules of day trading, trading as a business. Total time, I want to say about 5 to 6 hours. Actually, maybe close to 7. Right? Let's go with 6 hours of courses. I usually sell it, retails for about $500 or so. So, and that's when it's on sale. So, James, good to see you as always. Yeah, and guys, remember to give us a like on the stream. That helps get our message out. The more likes we get in, the more we're proliferating our message out there, right? And our message is not get 25 accounts and copy trade them, right? There are some firms that have that crap on their homepage, right? Because they work on churn. Some trading, and I know this, guys, because trading education is a lot like this too, right? Like subscription-based chat rooms and things like that, they basically work on churn. They know they're going to lose 70% of their people every month, so their marketing just gets outrageous, and they have to say more wild things to get people in. I prefer, like my community, the things that I do, I prefer to slowly build with people that I think are going to stick around for a long time, right? Discords can be pretty nuts. The Blue Sky Discord's one of the better ones out there. It doesn't get like completely crazy insane in there. I mean, it's it's like every free community. You got sometimes the mods got to break out the band hammer, right? Shout out to Steve there, but in general, you're not going to get as much garbage in there as you do in other places. So, really nice place to. Oh, Tiana, yes, thank you for asking. Yes, she's been here a couple weeks now. She was a preemie. Spent the first week in NICU, but she's doing really, really well. Yes, my baby niece, my sister and her husband are doing really well. Not sleeping much, as you could expect, but yeah, she's doing really, really well. So it's it's nice that everyone, my parents and them and everybody. He's from across the pond, so his family is in England. They're going over there in a few months to show her off. But yeah, she's got a lot of family around here, so it's nice. So mom and dad are getting a little help when they need it, and it's really good. But yeah, SPX, what are you doing, man? Get in the Blue Sky Discord. Go on the Blue Sky homepage, bluesky.pro, and the bottom left-hand corner, there's a link to the Discord. Jump on in. Yeah, check it out. Yeah, thank you for asking, Tiana. I appreciate that. There was a contest a while back. Cashed out $80K January for $80K total and 20 accounts. They would, okay, gimmicks. That's gimmicks. I appreciate you not putting whoever that was, but I have my ideas. But yeah, guys, any of this, honestly, I think Blue Sky's rules are pretty fair. And you pay, most of the fees and stuff you're going to pay up front, right? And no funded setup fees. All right, yeah, can work with that. So, all right, guys. So we are done with the giveaway. The signups are closed. So as soon as somebody can get me the names from that, we will go ahead and spin the wheel o' names. Problem: you can make a withdrawal from Blue Live when you're transitioning into brokerage, right? I mean, I wouldn't. I would leave that buffer there. Here's the thing, guys. I have no problem with people saying I need to get to a point, or I want to get to a point where I can withdraw. That's what you're here for. You're here to get to eventually withdraw money from the account. That is the goal, right? The ultimate goal is to be making consistent withdrawals. But if you're in a hurry to withdraw, okay, and I mean in a hurry to the point where you're making decisions based on that. Again, can't be any desperation in this game. I've talked to a lot of people, guys, and I've had people tell me I don't have any other way to make money. I have to be successful in this. Those people are going to fail almost unanimously. Okay. So if you can afford it, this is what I would do, guys. If you can afford it and you get into the brokerage, wait at least 3 or 4 months to withdraw, right? Build up slowly but steadily. All right, don't, build yourself up a 2, 3, 4 grand buffer, slowly increase size, again, from, 5 micros to 8 micros to 10 micros to 15 to 2 minis to et cetera. And then when you have a really nice chunk of money in there, then you can withdraw it. And quite frankly, then I'd take a large chunk of those withdrawals and put them in something, that's earning interest, even if it's just a basic savings account, right? Anybody who wants to, you get a 10 grand buffer and you draw out $9,500 and you spend that in 2 weeks. Well, most likely you're going to, what was that garbage collector in the UK that won like $38 million and he blew it all in like 5 years on, well, I think basically drugs and companionship, maybe is a PG way of saying it, and was right back working as a garbage collector like 5 or 6 years later. Now, I guess blowing that much money can lead some entertainment. I would have liked to have taken 2/3 of that and put it in something longer term. And then, I mean, if you want to party with $1 million of it, by all means, right? But honestly, guys, having good money management skills goes beyond just trading, right? Because I've worked around people that have come to me that are actually really good traders, and they make good money, and then they blow it all, right? Like they blow it on dumb stuff, I mean, how many professional athletes do we see that make what, 50, 60 million dollars in earnings, and they're broke 5 years after they're out of the, out of one of the leagues, right? Because they buy things that have no resale value. You buy a $20 million mansion, there's only a few people in the world that can buy that from you. You buy a, custom $250,000 car, nobody else can buy that, right? Or yeah. I'm not a things guy, I'm an experiences guy. I like to travel around, like to, go to sporting events and go out to nice meals and things like that. So all right, guys, it is time. Let me go ahead and get the wheel O names all booted up here. So we are spinning the wheel 5 times today. First 3 are for blue sky ball caps. And the last 2 are for day trading course packs from Tiresias Trading, which is my company. Okay. All right, let me bring this up for you guys so we can all see it. All right, so 3 spins of the wheel, 4 shirts. Here we go. Drawn Cup, congratulations. You have won a blue sky ball cap. Second spin for a blue sky ball cap. Tiana, congratulations. You have won a blue sky ball cap. Last spin, 3 of 3 for the blue sky ball caps. Dragon, if you're in my Discord, so just stay tuned there. I'll have more announcements on Monday. Carlos, congratulations. You have won a blue sky ball cap. All right, guys, 2 spins of the wheel for Tiresias Trading course packs, day trading course packs. Reginaldo, congratulations. Tiana. All right, last one, guys. Well, it's going to be George because George has got a few things in a row here. George, congratulations. You have won a Tiresias Trading course pack. All right, my friends. So that's it for this week on Beyond the Bell. Thank you for tuning in to another edition of Beyond the Bell. I will be back on Monday. Have a great weekend. And I will see you back here on Monday. Good night.